morning, good evening, good afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. Hello.
Bing.
Bing.
Your popcorn's done.
We are the UK's #1 at 9 o'clock on a Sunday web show. Oh,
Richard was phasing in and out then. We can
Right.
start calling him the Traveller.
Oh.
Oh,
Nah. Hey, Gary.
Hiya, mate.
Gary, you're with us twice over, once on YouTube and once on Facebook.
Helping them viewing figures.
Too much of a
Or
good thing.
is this Gary from an alternative universe?
Maybe it is. Oh, so let's quickly do the introductions in case anyone that's watching has never seen us before. In case if you haven't seen us before, where have you been? We've been doing this for
Have you been?
2 and a bit years. Every week. Oh, golly. So my name's Dan. My name's Dan from the Tricky Skies of the Galaxy. At the side of me, if you would stop moving around.
Stop it.
Moment, that's Richard.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, behave.
My software's playing about.
We also have Chris from the Facebook universe and also Christoph from the alternate YouTube universe.
Ah,
Okay, so let's do introductions. James, give us a wave.
hello, I'm James. I'm from the Riker's Beard.
Fantastic. Who else have we got? Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl, and I drink too much.
And Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard,
Yes.
and I'm here this evening as your passepartout, as your guide through this choppy, murky waters that many of us Trekkies find leading up to Valentine's Day.
Richard's here on community.
Tomorrow.
He's here for court mandated attendance. That's what Richard's here for. Well, so there's lots to go through tonight. Lots and lots of things. And some bits I'm really excited to go through. But first of all, let's do that one where we get James to drink something.
Hooray!
Hooray! Pull the lever, Carl.
Oh, I'm on the levers tonight, am I?
Roll VC. Gentlemen, do you ever have that urge for an Orion slave girl for company?
Frequently.
Well, then you're going to
Not
enjoy
that I
this
can admit
evening's
in public.
cocktail, which is the Orion slave girl nipple. For this, you will need various things. I'm going to use this glass. I'm going to be using a little bit of lemon. Now, one of my children has hidden my shot glass, so I'm going to have to guesstimate using an actual shot glass. So,
It's always more fun when you guesstimate your measures, James.
yeah. That'll do. Right, so let's have some lemon juice in there. Whoa. And then an equivalent amount of lime juice. Now, of course, our regular viewer will know that I like to use Ferengi lime. Carl, what can you tell us about Ferengi lime?
'Tis moist.
It is especially moist. So let's make do with a little bit of that. In we go. And then you will need some of this, some Orion love juice. You will need 2 parts to that. So let's be more generous here. There we go. Let's do that just off screen. Sorry, everybody.
I think you're rather generous with your Orion love juice there, James.
Well, no point doing things by half measures, is there?
If he's being really generous, it'd be 2 and then 1 for luck. So
And we top up with an equivalent amount of Romulan soda. If you can't get hold of Romulan soda owing to the destruction of Romulus, you can try Vulcan soda, but it does tend to be a little on the dry side. So let's toss that in there. Now I'm going to pop in a few icy cubes. There we go. The present Mrs. Dillon has kindly prepared for me.
Are you using regular ice there, James, or organic?
I'm using vegan ice this evening.
Fresh or frozen?
I'm going to garnish with a slice of lemon and because I'm fickle, a cocktail cherry. Oh, look at that colour.
Ooh. Ooh.
Do you know, that
Very
actually
pretty.
does look a lot like an Orion slave girl's nipple.
Mm.
Let's see if it tastes like one. Spot on.
Wonderful.
That's a full thumbs up from me.
Excellent. Well done, James. Right. So let's do the... James, would you like to read the disclaimer?
Yes, I'll wait for it to scroll around again.
If you click... Oh, you haven't got the other tab, so...
Good evening. On behalf of Let's Talk Trek, it's my duty to inform you that Let's Talk Trek is not endorsed, sponsored, or affiliated with CBS Studios Incorporated, Paramount Pictures Corp., or indeed the Star Trek franchise generally, in whole or in part. Star Trek registered trademark and its various marks are trademarks of CBS Studios, who are the intellectual property holder and whose intellectual rights we fully and 100% endorse and respect.
And just with regard to the other matter, the money was only resting in James's account.
Right. So there we go. Thank you very much for that. Carl, do you have a collectible to talk about now?
Yes.
Do you really?
Always.
Always.
Do I
I've
have
got
to
something
pull
for you
the
as well,
lever for
Carl,
my own-
if you are light.
I'm just going to have to put the handbrake on here
Okay.
because Dan's obviously got something he's really excited about sharing because he's ploughing through it tonight, isn't he? He's like, cocktail, can't get your collectibles. He's got something there he can't
Right,
wait to tell
let's
us.
get James pissed. Let Carl show his shit off, and then we'll get to the real meat.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Oh. Let's get
Do
to
I
the
have to pull my own lever then, Dan? Yes.
Let's go to the meat and some potatoes later. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, hang on. James is pulling my levers.
There we go.
So this week, dear viewer, you may have noticed, our eagle-eyed keen viewer may have noticed a slight change to my background. What do we think, gents? What do you notice as the differences? I should have taken a screenshot from last week so that we could do a spot the difference thing here, but
You've
What do you eat
dusted
up in
your
your
backlift.
I have, and I've altered the position of my backlift. But I also have just above me, kind of round here, I have some new articles. I have some absolutely gorgeous Star Trek plates, which I have been waiting eagerly for the arrival of, which our co-host here, Richard, very kindly allowed me to buy off him. So I got a great little collection I only had 3 Star Trek plates, and Dan set me down that path a few years back at one of the conventions. Thank you, Dan, for spending my future income. But it meant that only, as you can see from my shelves, that only having 3 of something, it's just not right. So I got a box of, I think it was about 14 or 15 plates off you, Richard, something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in and say now, I thoroughly enjoyed the plates for many years. And obviously they were never even on display. They were just kept mint in a box before they came to you. But they're the sort of thing you have to appreciate close up just to see the detail on them. They really are magnificent pieces.
Yeah,
They're
they're
lovely.
lovely.
They're what I call grown-up. No disrespect to your Funko Pops, but they're like the Hamilton plates. They're the grown-up collector's bits. You know, they really are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually got. Let me share one of my screens here if I can. Let's see. So this is how I have displayed them in my man cave, in my little room of joy. So we've got them all across a nice big old wooden beam across the top of the room, and then a couple above my display case.
Do you know what? When I see them displayed like that with love, it doesn't feel so bad parting with them, because I had got tired of having them on display, and they had been boxed, and I kept them boxed for a year before I made the decision whether I was going to sell them or not. And seeing someone else actually enjoying them has reaffirmed my decision to sell them being the correct one.
And they are absolutely lovely. I'm loving every moment of having them up there. And so I thought I would just bring one of them down.
I miss my plates. Wish I hadn't sold my plates.
I want them back. So I thought I would make Richard pine even more by showing him all of these lovely plates. Look at how
Look at that! You get double Picard there.
Oh,
Beardless Riker.
Fish things.
absolutely gorgeous.
Look at my face.
Trust me, guys. Any of you that as Richard so rightly pointed out, any of you that are interested in having a grown-up Trek collection, these are an absolute must-have. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely stunning, and you can pick up. There's loads of these that you can pick up here, there, and everywhere at conventions, on eBay. They are all over the show to pick up. A lot of them you can grab at a really good price, anywhere between £5 and £10, which would be what, 500 to 1,000 pennies. Some of them do tend to go upwards of that, though. Some of them are quite rare, and even some of the mid-range ones, you're talking 2,500 to 3,000 pence a plate.
A couple of the ones I gave, I think the one, sold to you. The one I sold to you with Picard and the Enterprise D, that one goes quite well. If you can get the old master to sign that, mate, you're well in.
Which is, in case anyone's wondering, what said plate looks like. It is this one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. I love Picard's "Do not f with me" pose in that.
It's a very. This is the stance.
Yeah.
This is the way.
But no, they're absolutely gorgeous, and I do very much appreciate you having sold them to me.
I'm really pleased you're enjoying them.
Got to admit, I was rather nervous pinning them all up like that, but they seem to have, they've taken to it rather well.
I'm sorry, dear viewer, but I'm going to cut this in, otherwise I will forget. The packaging that I sent them to you in, Carl, does resell very well on eBay.
You're joking, aren't you? I ain't getting rid of that because I live above a pub, which means sooner or later I'll either get moved or I'll need to move. I ain't getting rid of that packaging. I'm going to need that.
Yes, do hold on to it. It's quite a popular thing.
Wow, that's
Carl.
Yes,
Carl, I've got something here. Could you value this for me? Be very, very careful with this, so bring it up.
Is that how?
I know what that is. James, be very careful.
This is the internet.
the actual internet.
The whole internet. There it is.
Right.
James is
It's been taken out of Big Ben this evening.
I can admit that I've never seen the whole internet in a box.
There it is.
It's impressive.
What sort of value would you put? It's okay. What sort of value would you put? Very witty, Mr. Mason. Very witty.
If we don't win an award for that, geez.
That wasn't even scripted.
Bravo, Mr. Mason. Bravo.
As you can see, it's still working.
About 37.5 pence.
37.5 pence. What, for the whole internet?
Well, it's very small. And it's
James,
just
have you downloaded a
then.
copy of that? You need to make sure your internet's backed up. Yours always runs out.
What was more funny was James's old IT company sold it to him as the actual internet.
Do you know that famous scene from the IT crowd?
We'll just leave it in plain sight so we all know where it is. There it is.
We know the internet.
You wouldn't believe just how often IT professionals such as myself come across people who would fall for that. There's no, it's just astonishing. James, you do know that isn't the internet.
Is it not?
No.
Oh. What is it then?
It's a rather nice looking black box with a flashing red light on it. If you put it in your car, it'll probably reduce your car insurance.
Okay.
If you take it to a Star Trek convention, you might get stopped.
Don't. I've not
There's a
enough to
lesson
drink.
there.
Don't
People
tempt
don't
me.
go into
Don't
a
tempt
convention
me.
carrying anything that looks like a weapon.
Don't tempt me.
We already know people that would do that. Right, moving on.
Yes.
Problem.
It's just important to remember that when you go to a Star Trek convention, that everything that you bring as a cosplayer should always align with the health and safety requirements of the specific venue that you are attending. And if it's got to the stage where you think perhaps there might be a problem, then it will be, so don't do it. And that's all I'm going to say about the matter.
Sound advice.
Exactly that. Right, so that is a beautiful plate collection, Carl. So do you have any plans to get more? Have you got places to display them? What's the plan?
I've got to be honest, I'm starting to run out of room.
It's getting them signed. It's got to be getting them signed, Carl.
So now the question is, what?
The original 3 plates that I have signed Marina Sirtis, Brent Spiner, and Michael Dawn. However, some of these plates have got an awful lot of characters on. They're going to end up being very expensive. They're going to be like my printed Star Trek 2 scripts that I've had signed by everyone who's still alive. It ends up being a very expensive thing to get done.
If there's one that you're going to try and get done, it's got to be that encounter at Farpoint 1. I mean,
well, there's that, but there's also the
good luck getting frakes.
I got the best of both worlds plate off you as well, didn't I?
That's a really nice plate.
That is a really nice
plate. That's
and
one of the.
Also some of the movie plates as well, as you can see behind me there. I think I've put the movie ones behind me. There's a Star Trek 6 one back there. Chang, you can see.
Oh, the one, yeah, Chang. Oh, with Christopher Plummer. That's awesome. I mean, he's not going to sign it now, but
no, I'm afraid not. I'm a bit
fantastic
late,
one.
Yeah, that is a really nice one.
So,
really,
Gary? Sounds painful.
I've never heard it called a disco phaser before, but hey, Gary, depends what party you're at, I suppose.
Let's move.
Sorry, tonight's the first night I've had a drink since.
So, Carl, I can see some other things behind you have moved around as well. So, what else have you moved around in your office?
What else have I moved around? So, I've now pinned my classic 90s.
Takes on the tour, Carl.
So we got the old Vorcha class cruiser is now pinned on the wall at an appropriate angle.
It's a jaunty angle for a Klingon.
It is. I've managed to get my DS9 light and sound model up here as well now, which was previously out of shot. We can also now see on a permanent basis my Saru bust, which is here. That's a lovely item. And then over here, I've managed to get some of my various little action figures, and I've moved my Batleth into full view here. So yeah, I've managed to spend a little bit of time in here this week rearranging a few things. You do have the Batleth, and in fact, I believe it was you that gifted me the Batleth.
It was your birthday gift. Was it Christmas?
Are they the foam ones? Because I've been looking at there's a blacksmith in the UK who actually does proper steel Batleths. They are rather pricey though.
Well, they are the foam ones, but trust me, nowadays, these foam ones are just as pricey as getting real ones.
If not more so. The last time I saw a foam one go successfully on an auction site.
Now, do this in pence, please, Daniel. Do it in pence.
I won't do it in pence. Oh, no, this one needs to be done in pounds to justify how big the number is. These, when we bought them, when I bought them for Carl, you're not meant to listen to how much your present was.
It's fine. I know they were about 55 quid.
They're about 50, 60 quid. And the last successful one I've seen go at auction went for 400. So
it is crazy.
That's not bad, is it? Capital appreciation.
So yes, some big money.
Don't forget to declare it on your tax return.
Yes. Moving on. Right. So I am excited to talk about something. Shall we do it?
Really?
Yes.
Well, hang on then. Before you start talking, if you're that excited by it, let's make you full screen.
Carl, can we red alert it as well? It's that exciting.
We red
Oh,
alerts it. Oh,
damn.
crikey. We've not played that
Look
for
at
a
all
while.
that.
Hang on, here it comes.
I love your plastic mug thing there next to the pig. What's that from?
Oh, the Horgon.
Yeah,
the
what's that
Horgon.
from?
He's ceramic, and it is an actual tiki glass.
And is
That's
that
from
Voyager
Captain's
alarm
Holiday.
clock you've got there?
This is the Voyager alarm. Okay.
You've got so much cool stuff. You never make yourself big on the screen. You've got so much cool stuff on your shelf there. Let's go through it all bit by bit.
Oh god, it's not. Let's talk collectible dance stuff. Right,
Why not?
let's have a look what we got. We've got the Star Trek Voyager collectible clock, which I think one of you got before Secret Santa.
That was your Secret Santa last year, I think, wasn't it?
That's nice. That is.
Which I stripped apart and cleaned everything and put it all back together.
I used to have that when I was younger. Unfortunately, it got killed in a house move. I was very upset. I'd love to get my hands on one of them again.
That one's from the Trumbull collection.
Is it? I thought that was a prop for Tilly's new hairdo.
No. It's Shatner's hairpiece. And
Actually, has anyone seen that photo shoot from Discovery? What they have done with Mary Wiseman's hair? I mean, it does actually look like that. It's incredible.
Let's have a look what else is here. There is obviously the Horgon. There is the Spock piggy bank.
Are those Andorran appendages?
Yes, Andorian ears from the station starter.
You have a Spock pig, don't you, Dan? I have a data pig. Well, let me see if I can just get. You can see my data pig between DS9 and Saru.
Now, just to your left, Dan, on the next shelf along,
This one?
it looks like an upside-down starship. I can see the nacelles pointing downward. What's that?
So that is. Stuff falling.
Is that the pizza cutter?
It
That's
is
the pizza cutter.
Geek
Oh, lovely.
pizza cutter, which these days again goes for some serious money.
Yeah, it's a great investment if you manage to get hold of one of those.
How much for your pizza cutter?
With
Mind your finger.
Just before you tell us that, Carl, because I've got two of these in storage, and Mrs.
pizza
Dillon and I
cutter.
hope to move house this year. Is this going to sort us out with an extra bedroom?
Might sort you out an extra mattress.
I think they do go for a couple £100. Yeah.
They vary, in all honesty. The original one, fully boxed, with all these things, it depends who you sell it to. On a bad day, you'll get 3,000 pence for it. On a good day, you'll get 15,000 pence for it.
Cool. New mattress it is.
Anyway, I'm very sorry. I've digressed. Dan's excited to share some. Oh, look at that! Hold that up. We've seen that on the show before, but it's brilliant. Look.
Yeah, I'm
Look at that.
so jealous that I bought that for you and not myself.
That is awesome. Imagine turning up at one of them swingers parties wearing that.
You'd have to be quite small.
I am quite small. The only problem is I went to one of those parties and we all, everyone got around.
Did you?
Yeah, everyone got around and put their keys in a bowl. But I came on the bus, so.
let's have a look what else we got. We got the pop figures. The Trek ones are over there.
Oh, you've kept them boxed.
Kept in the box. We've got.
That means he doesn't intend to keep them, dear viewer.
Wavy cat.
Wavy cat. We got phasers and communicators and.
That's your one company.
Which ship is that? There, which ship's that? Yeah.
This one is the. You're right. I never actually show off any of my stuff. This is the Enterprise A drone.
Yeah.
So it's one that you can fly around.
Which I understand is exceedingly difficult to fly.
Yes, it's not the easiest of things to fly as the old drone, but it does light up as well. And it will fly allegedly.
I'm feeling a bit left out. I'm going to take on a quick tour of mine now. I used to have some really nice plates.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought Dan was going to be brave enough to try and actually fly that inside then.
Oh,
It was going to end in blood and tears. And
Richard did have some nice plates.
Some lovely plates.
Dan,
Yeah.
what is that TOS style bridge looking thing on the top of your shelving unit there?
That is the Mega Brick.
Mega Blocks.
Mega Blocks TOS bridge. So if I just bring it
Oh.
down.
Which again, me and Dan are very lucky with this. We've got the entire collection of all of the sets of the Mega Blocks things that were released. Now, you'd be lucky as hell to get hold of these sets now for a decent price.
Oh, look at that. That's really nice. I like that.
It's got obviously these swooshing doors that will close.
Hang on, let me help you. Shh.
And here's the bridge.
Damn it, that's one of the sound effects I haven't added to my soundboard yet.
That's the bridge. There's the Guardian gauge from City on Edge Forever, which is up here.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
Transporter room from Carl, help me out.
That's from Mirror Mirror.
Mirror. There's some Polar Lights kits that I'm intending to build at some point. So you've got
That's the Grissom.
that's a Grissom and a Bird of Prey, and that one's to be made. And there is
Both of them are in that box.
Yes. It's the new style ones that have just come out.
The new Polar Lights ones,
I
aren't they?
do like the Grissom.
These are the new Polar.
Gunner, I said target engine only.
This is the Enterprise and
Space Seed.
Spacey.
I love the way he delivers that line. Double shot on there.
It's a real shame that you weren't with us last weekend, Carl. We went to Portsmouth, and James asked 3 separate locals where we could find the nuclear vessels. It just didn't get old. Didn't get old.
It'll never get old.
So yeah, that's just some of the stuff that's in my office. Like I said, I don't often show what's on it. It's usually just.
But again, with the Mega Blocks kits, guys, if any of you, our dear viewer included, if any of you get a chance to pick these things up for a song, and when I say a song, I mean less than 10,000 pence a set, buy it.
You've got the communicator and the phaser from Magic Wand. Any update on the tricorder from Magic Wand?
Well, there's actually 3 things in the that kit. So there's the communicator and the phaser. At the back, that's a rock with a phaser that lights up.
The Mood Rock.
The Mood Rock, which is not one of the ones that not many people actually bought, and you can now pick up on Zavvi quite cheap, but it is part of the collection. So to have all 4 items from the collection when the tricorder comes out, you do need to buy the Mood Rock.
Dear viewer, if you're watching this and your communicators run out of power, we did a little workshop episode on this about a year ago. So just scroll through all 100 of our previous episodes and you'll find a fix.
Sooner or later,
you'll find
come
like this
across
one is once again flat. It needs another jump start.
This is the Bluetooth communicator. So that one's got a magnetic back, and you can
the TNG one.
Yeah,
They were going to re-release that one, weren't they, Dan?
it has been re-released.
Has it? I thought at some point they might do the generation style badge as well.
And what is that? The huge Mega Blocks Enterprise up at the top there, Dan. How long did that take you to put together?
Too long.
And how frustrating was it during that time?
Horrendous. But it's together now. And then there's just a sort of little pieces down here. Kirk and Spock Bobblehead, which is a limited run. There is the original TOS alarm clock up there. There is some tickets from the Picard premiere. And I've got quite a bit of signed stuff that's due to go out back onto the wall.
So if I may just jump in, as it's a special Valentine's edition of the show here, and I'm your guide, if you will, for these bizarre realms of love in which we're treading. I don't know if you guys have the same for me, but a lot of people might think having these collectibles, these bits and pieces, is like, well, that's a bit odd. Like, what do you actually get from them? Now, personally, it's like watching an old episode that you love. When you see these things on the wall, there's not a way of sugarcoating it. When you've got these wonderful collectibles that remind you of your favourite character, your favourite episode, your favourite film, it makes you feel a bit warm inside, and it makes you feel inspired, and it makes you feel a part of the community when you're feeling a bit down. And that's what I love the most about these collectibles. And I'm quite jealous, not just of the plates. This is a serious note. It's you've got these wonderful collections, and I really hope you do get that. And that's why you have them. When you see them and you come into your room and maybe you're feeling a bit down because of whatever, and you see these lovely things and they just say, do you know what, I'm just going to get on with it because they're fantastic. Just like watching an episode just stirs those lovely memories and feelings inside you.
Well, that's it. I mean, each and every single item, other than the starships on the back shelf there, which were a subscription thing, but any of the rest of the collectibles on my shelves, I could literally pick things off and they all invoke a particular memory about a person or a place. And
this particular piece I have
just in case you're struggling to see that, dear viewer, there we go. Richard, just turn it slightly. It's a bit in the light. There we are.
So when you've got a collectible, especially something that's unique and special to you, it's, so.
I mean, I kind of feel like my collections are set behind Richard's because I collect the memorabilia and Richard's actually moved into samples of people.
I harvest DNA.
So,
if you see me at a convention holding a cocktail stick, you may feel a little prick.
Just run.
Don't worry, it's quite, it's quite harmless. But yeah.
Okay, right, moving on. Let's get into what I wanted to have a chat about. It's now into it past. Quickly, let's do first of all the news. So there is some news, dear viewers, and this is the news first of all. So let me just get this one up. Oh, it's the top. There's so many slides that we're gonna have to go through. Here we go.
Next slide, please.
Exactly. Let's go for slideshow. There we go. And share. There was a really unfortunate passing away this week, which was Douglas Trumbull. And if you don't know who he is, let's just. What are you doing?
That's not him.
That's
none of those people.
There he is.
That's him.
Douglas Trumbull was the gentleman behind the VFX for the motion picture, amongst other things. And he's the guy who did all the lighting of the Enterprise. Passed away. There is on trekmovie.net, there's a lovely 5-minute video about him talking about how they did all the VFX shots in TOS and how they designed the lighting on the ship in that scene with the fly around of the Enterprise. It is a lovely clip. I would love to have shown it on here, but it's 5 minutes long. It just would take up too much.
Yes, they speak, don't they, about how they wanted the Enterprise to illuminate herself because she's in the deep space most of the time. So all the spotlights and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there is that. Now, what I wanted to talk about is tomorrow, as Richard has quite rightly said, is Valentine's Day. Yes, it's one of those days. It's the type of day when Carl's pub would be quite busy with
it's closed tomorrow.
Customers. Now, for some reason, my screen share is not screen sharing.
Oh, we're looking at couples, right? That's what this is.
Yes.
Oh, crikey. I've got to answer that question.
Interesting.
Love is everyone. Our viewers aware of my love story between myself, Chase Masterson, and Marina Sirtis that we've shared on this show many, many times. But genuinely, I would love to hear from our viewers who have had a romantic encounter, is the wrong way to say it, but have struck up a romantic relationship from being at a convention. It'd be nice to hear.
Now, there was going to be a screen share.
We kind of struck up a bit of a bromance between us, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Would you know why the screen share is not working, Carl?
No, because it worked for me before.
Interesting.
Are you sharing a tab or a window? When you go to share screen, are you choosing an entire screen, a window, or a tab?
A window.
It should share properly then.
Interesting. Okay.
For example, so that shares a whole window. Yeah, working fine. It's all you.
Maybe. How was Interesting. Okay, so what we were looking for and what I got on Reddit and prepared, but apparently it's not going to work like I thought it would. Here we go.
Emma Wayne has a nerd crush on Lee Stringer. I'm not sure who Lee Stringer is, sorry.
Yeah, who's that then?
Does it count if you lost your virginity on Valentine's Day? Count as what, Linda? I think possibly. I kind of want more information. I kind of don't. No, I do. Of course I do.
Right, so come on. Anyway, guys, I thought it'd be interesting to have a quick discussion about how Trek has been quite. Coupling up has been quite a big thing in Trek. There was a lot of coupling up throughout the Treks. I've just literally picked some of the ones that called up. Got some slides. I'm going to quickly run through them and see who people like. I haven't done them all. If there will be ones I've not put up there, and if we have one of your favourites, say what it is. So obviously we've got Lisa and Rom, which is a great storyline. That goes right to PS9.
There's too many things going on at once here.
Okay, so whoever's playing background music,
turn off the music.
Can I just? Are you guys seeing the comments? Scroll past here. Does anyone mind if I throw Max to the dogs?
Oh God, stick it up.
Oh, Max, what have you done? Really? You
leave your parents'
life?
And his profile picture is a picture of his motorbike. Oh, mate.
Max.
Honestly, Max, your penis must be so big.
Oh God!
Max, I'd just like to ask, how big was your Facebook reach this month? Because ours was 6.5 million.
All right, let's not get stroppy, gentlemen.
All right.
If the man doesn't like our show, he doesn't have to watch it, does he?
So Trek
doesn't have to be here or comment either.
Right. So anyway, Trek has got all this.
I say man. I mean, I don't know. I've assumed that, haven't I? It could be anything. It might be a
Riker and Troy. Let's have a look who else there is.
Shall I ping Max a link so he can come on the show and explain himself?
Go on.
No.
Dan, it's fine. We're not endorsed by CBS or anything like that. It doesn't reflect on them.
Look, it's pretty obvious. Let's just knock this on the head. The finest romance in all of Star Trek across all of the generations and all of the series is plainly Janeway and Chakotay. There you go. That's it. The debate is over.
You can't say that. The Salamander Paris will get very jealous.
I personally think Famke Janssen and Picard was my favourite. Just that one episode. I think that's my favourite romance in the whole of Star Trek. I really do.
I quite like Data and Yard just because of the awkwardness.
Oh yeah,
it never happened.
As you can see on the screens, there is several ones that went on. Now,
but when did that happen? What?
Whoa!
Well,
you've watched Voyager, haven't you? In Endgame,
I've seen it.
Yeah, well, you find out that Chakotay and 7 of 9 got together. Although I think she's in Picard. She's got together with Raffi, hasn't she? I think that was kind of
that's what the new audio book's about, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that kind of was hinted at a bit at the end of the season 1, but I think a few of the teaser trailers from season 2, I think she's definitely ended up with Raffi, which begs the question: what happened with her and Chakotay? I hope we get to find out what happened or didn't happen there. I know that there was always an intention with Voyager that 7/9's character would be gay, wasn't there? But they wouldn't let them run it at the time. They thought it was too soon. Am I right with that?
Yeah.
Possibly that's so they said instead of her having the gay relationship, they would give her to the most boring character in Voyager, and just dull the whole thing up.
So yeah, plenty of options for coupling up in Star Trek. Now, obviously tomorrow is Star Trek Love Day, and it brings about one of our favourite clips, which is this one.
Thank Thank you so much for telling me that story. That is really, really wonderful. That's one of the nicest things anyone has ever told me in my time on Star Trek.
Look how smug you look.
This is, of course,
It doesn't get old. It never gets old.
No, this is of course, you'll remember the story of
Beautiful story.
Well, I told Chase Masterson how I was able to achieve a Klingon willycopter once on a student night out with the help of nothing but a belt and a German sausage.
The maneuver, I believe, is called a Chinook.
That's right. I performed a Chinook.
Were they counter-rotating?
Yes.
It's very important, otherwise the helicopter would spin.
Well, they have to counter-rotate. Yeah.
Sorry, Max, just in case you weren't aware, a Klingon has to... No, we're ignoring Max, sorry.
Oh, my God. Right. Behave, children. It shouldn't have to remind you to behave. So, yes, it is Valentine's Day tomorrow. So if you have got a chance to buy someone a card or some flowers, make their day. Go on, do it. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, and we would love to hear if anyone's got some lovely stories. I mean, we joked about it, saying we made a beautiful bromance by meeting at conventions. I'd love to hear some stories. I personally know several couples that have met at Star Trek conventions. Would love to hear about it. It's fantastic when you and your partner are both into something as wonderful as Star Trek.
And we just very quickly want to point out, although there was a bit of ribbing of Max there, there's nothing wrong with having a motorbike. My motorbike is lovely.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have it as my profile picture unless I had a really little willy.
Right, moving on. Thank you, boys. It's time for us to move on to this.
Oh, where's Richard gone?
A cocktail.
Ah.
There he is. Yeah. So, Max, you'll enjoy this. I go on to go onto the internet each week, and I choose a clip that I found, something that may amuse. And this is all about how theme tunes were done in the 60s. Roll VT. And that was Professor or Dr. Leonard Hofstadter playing the theremin.
May I just, James, I'm trying to work out what Rick Astley's got to do with this.
Nothing.
Behind you, James. Behind you. Well, that was great, but it was no Milwaukee pensioners season ticket.
Carl, roll VT.
Oh, hang on. I didn't know I had to get that one ready as well.
I don't think it was only hinted
I
at.
knew he wanted it. I made it ready for you.
I dreamt about that.
Give me a minute. God, when it goes unscripted, it goes wrong, doesn't it?
Script.
Trying to make us sound professional, right?
While you're doing that, Carl, I understand Discovery's been back out.
And also, while you're doing that, dear viewer, if you're watching, if you could please hit the thumbs up or the love emoji, or hang on a minute, I've got a thing for this. Right, if you can do it, one of these.
Ooh, how fancy.
How
Or
clever.
that, whatever that is.
Move your head, Richard.
What the hell is that?
Then would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Right, I have the aforementioned clip available.
Roll VT.
Hello out there. I'm Mr. Sulu of Star Trek. When I'm out in space, I use the Starship Enterprise to get around. When I'm here in Milwaukee, I ride the bus to save time and money. Your $5 weekly pass is a great buy. Your bus tickets, the greatest. Take it from a man who knows. Your Milwaukee County transit system is really out of this world.
Come ride with us on the bus.
I love it so much. I love
Oh, it's amazing.
It's just... Right, so
Who touched that button?
Sorry.
Right.
So we've been for a while. We've been teasing at this a new feature whereby we decided we'd have a North versus South clip, and we've been trying to get people involved. Basically, we'll challenge the North to make a clip with a budget of £10 spent at Poundland to reenact a famous Star Trek clip. So I am now going to lay down that challenge to the North. This is the South. We're going first. We're laying the challenge down. I am challenging you to remake the George Takei Milwaukee bus advert. Okay. With a budget of £10 in Poundland. Go for it.
In that case, we are challenging Team South to recreate Ludlow's frozen food with a value of £10.
You're on.
Hey, Richard, look, I found this box of fireworks that we can use to blow some stuff up.
We need a penguin.
So, Dan, we need to decide which one of us does the best
Rockets and things in there,
Sulu
we can
and
do
which
something
one of
with
us does the best bus.
Ooh.
I
Dark
can't-
space. Look.
I can't wait for the special edition of this show, which is when James blows
Right.
himself live on TV with fireworks.
I'm
Old
Lieutenant Sulu.
fireworks found under desk explode.
When I'm in space, I use the Starship Enterprise. Let's hear yours then, Dan. This is the audition.
When I'm in Milwaukee, I use the bus.
Milwaukee, I use the bus.
When I'm in Milwaukee, I use the bus.
Come ride with us on
Kirk
the
and
bus.
Spock used the bus when they were in San Francisco, didn't they?
They did.
They did.
Right.
And there was a vagrant on the bus playing his music too loud.
Talking of music, I think it's time for us to redo this one.
Always we will find. I tried to make you love till everything's forgotten. I know you hate that. Always we will fight. I'll kiss you once or twice, and everything's forgotten. I know you hate that. I love your Sunday song. The week's not yet begun, and everything is quiet, and it's always you and me, always, and forever. You and me, always, and forever. And it was always you and me, always.
Just because we can.
Lovely.
That was, of course, what won me the DNA of Carol from the Trekkie Girls, given of her own willingness.
Right. Very quickly, before we go, because we're nearly getting to the top of our hour, can you tell me what is important about in 18 days' time?
18 days' time. So let's think. What's that?
That'll be the
31st.
What's the actual date, Dan?
3rd of March.
Give us the maths.
3rd of March.
3rd of March.
Is it 2 years since we started doing Let's Talk Trek?
No. Good shout, though.
3rd of March. 3rd of March.
Should I help you out?
Well, it's not one of my kids' birthdays.
No.
Is it a date where you multiply it together, it comes up with a funny number like boobies?
Nope. Gotta give you one more time.
030322.
One thing I'm absolutely certain of, there's no way that our viewers are going to get this before we do.
Oh.
There are some moments that haunt us all our lives. Moments upon which history turns.
Well, hello, my friend.
What is this? What have you done?
Welcome to the road not taken.
Do you have any idea what's happening here? Reality has been broken.
There is a divergence. I know someone who could help us understand the change in time.
I'm gonna need some tea. Earl Grey, piping hot.
Hello, Guinan.
Your answers are not in the stars, and they never have been.
Earth 2024. A single change is vastly more dangerous than you realize. None of our tomorrows are guaranteed. You're gonna have to let go.
We're stronger together. You must bring us home.
This is a very bumpy century. But I think I'm getting the hang of it.
I believe you have one final frontier yet to come.
This is good. That means I've got a couple of weeks to rewatch season 1.
That was terribly exciting.
The line must be drawn here, no further, and I will make them pay.
All right, Ahab, calm down.
You broke your
Did
little
I
ship.
see in that clip that I'd not noticed before someone who looked like a young Mark Leonard, as in Sarek?
Yeah, did look a lot like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Picard.
It's such. The right way to say it is when you know they're going to bring back a character and some other characters, and they're going to kind of try and put a spin on it. They can't go over old ground. You get that. I know we all want it, but if they did go over old ground, it'd be boring. We wouldn't like it. They have to do something new with it. And so what they've done with Picard, and okay, to be fair, there were a couple of fillers in season 1, but on the whole, I think we can all universally agree that we thoroughly enjoyed it, and it did justice. And we're all terribly excited for season 2. Bravo. Well done.
Also, looks like they're going to slingshot around the sun. They're going back to the TOS version of time travel.
What are your computations, Mr. Dillon?
For time warp.
Yeah. So, exciting times. So, yes, really, really, really looking forward to that. And if you are watching us, or you're from CBS or Netflix or any of the people that are currently distributing it, and you want to send us some freebies, get on our website, hit us an email.
In particular, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we'll come to that. We came to the first season. That was brilliant. We loved that.
Absolutely. I considered Picard season 1 so good.
Lockdown too.
Yeah. Anyone who's seen any of my episode reviews, I've not done one for Christ over a year now. But anyone who's seen my episode reviews on YouTube knows that I like to dig into like the morals and stories and stuff behind the episodes. And I actually, in the background, started working on a Picard season 1 review. Unfortunately, I never started publishing it because I got that much in depth and detail from Picard season 1, episode 1. I couldn't get my review to under half an hour. So I never actually ended up finishing it and posting it.
I've just had an idea.
Oh, God.
And
I found it that good.
Please shoot me down, but why don't we do... Let's do a review episode of awkward Trek episodes. You know, like Threshold, Code of Honor. Let's really get into let's really get into season 1 and 2 of Voyager. You know, let's
hang on.
We could call it. We could call it
the Star Trek Dodgy Review.
No, we could call it. Do we really have to talk about this Trek?
Yes, that's good.
I like it. Like it.
Being forced to talk about it, Trek. Yeah.
Maybe Donald Cox, the chap with the motorbike, could come on.
Let's delve into the crevices of the Trek world that really we only watch because you can't rewatch the entire season without watching those particular episodes. Let's get on it. And
that's it. It's those episodes that you can't justifiably turn around and say, "I've seen it all."
Yes.
Right. So yeah, that's more or less the end of the show. To be honest, guys, we're getting close to the hour. I just want to say a quick thank you. So, quick background. Let's Talk Trek was the brainchild of us, but me. And yeah, Trekkie's Guide has been sort of a thing, and Riker's Beer has been a thing for a long time. And this week, Trekkie's Guide hit, as of just now, having clicked on, 5 million views in the last 7 days. So, which is just absolutely mind-boggling.
Again, if you'd like to book us,
it's like nearly everyone in London watching it at once.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to book us for an event, a convention, or a birthday party, stroke bar mitzvah, I mean, we really
and balloon animals.
I'm absolutely. I don't know what to do with that. So 5,129,316 people in the last.
And in all seriousness as well, Max, as much as we ribbed you earlier, it's because you ribbed us. If you would like to pop onto the show after we've stopped being live and chat to us, just pop a message. We'll send you a link. You can come on. You know, air your concerns and views. We'll talk you through it. It's not a problem.
We do get out of our basements. Between us, we are a lawyer, a IT manager, a venue manager, a senior resale manager, and a head of entertainment for a national nightclub chain. So we sort of do get out. Yeah, we sort of do get out occasionally.
Yeah, but you're quite right though, Max. I got a bit childish with my jokes about the size of your manhood. It would be but I can hold up my hands. I can admit when I was wrong.
We're big enough men to.
Yeah, if you want to jump on and have a quick chat with us, ping us a message and come in the chat with us when the show's over, and we'll have a talk. It'd be lovely to talk to you, mate.
Right, that's us done. Thank you very much for watching. It's been amazing. We will see you next week. Au revoir.
Look after yourselves and each other. And happy Valentine's Day.
Bye-bye.
Go and enjoy it with the one you love.
Wap, 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 wow.